My name is Elizabeth Brown, and I'm going to give a data overview for Blakely County Middle School. This will be a 3-year data overview for administration and teachers. The purpose of the data overview is to help faculty and administration develop an understanding of our performance in relation to that of our district and state. This overview will also help determine our areas of strength along with the areas that need improvement. Our school improvement goals for this current year is to improve student achievement in math and ELA. When looking at 6th grade's enrollment, there is a noticeable drop in the year 2015, but it increased again in 2016. The 7th grade enrollment increased from year 2014 to 2015, but then decreased by 21 students in the year of 2016. And according to this data, 8th grade enrollment decreased by 10 students from 2014 to 2015. And then increased from 2015 to 2016. Overall, student enrollment for Blakely County Middle is consistent. There were 6% more females compared to males that attended BCMS in 2016-2017. All demographics enrolled at BCMS are consistent from 2014 to 2016. There is only a slight variation in black and white. The economically disadvantaged, which is this color blue, and the students with disabilities, which is in orange, has slightly increased from years 2014 to 2016. The gifted students showed a 4.1% increase from 2014 to 2015, but then decreased by 2.2% from 2015 to 2016. From the years 2014 to 2016, BCMS hasn't served any students with English as a second language. We will now look at the Georgia Milestones 2015 through 2017 comparison for all grades in ELA and math. 6th grade students scoring distinguished or proficient in ELA for years 2015 through 2017. Our proficient learners increased by 8.1% from 2015 to 2016. But unfortunately, it decreased by 4.5% from 2016 to 2017. Our distinguished learners started at 10.1% in 2015, and in 2017 ended up at 9%. There is a 1.1 decrease across the 3 years. Sixth grade students scoring proficient or distinguished in math for years 2015 through 2017. Students scoring at the proficient level for the Georgia Milestones have consistently increased in 6th grade mathematics. The same isn't true for students scoring at the distinguished level for the Georgia milestones. As you can see, we dropped by 4.6% from the year 2015 to the year 2016. But we gained that margin back in 2017 by 6.1%. Seventh grade students scoring proficient and distinguished in ELA for years 2015 through 2017. Students scoring at the proficient level in ELA for years 2015 through 2017 has consistently stayed between a 1.2 marginal change. The student scoring at the distinguished level increased from 2015 to 2016 by 4.1% and then dropped by 0.7% from 2016 to 2017. Seventh grade students scoring proficient and distinguished in math for years 2015 through 2017. The student scoring at the proficient level for math in seventh grade is steadily decreasing. This is an area of concern due to this trend. Students scoring at the distinguished level increased by 9.3% from 2015 to 2016, but then decreased by 4.1% from 2016 to 2017. Eighth grade students scoring proficient or distinguished in ELA for years 2015 to 2017. Students scoring at the proficient level increased by 8.8% from 2015 to 2016, but then decreased by 4% from 2016 to 2017. Students scoring at the distinguished level decreased by 2.9% from 15 to 16, and then increased by 6.6% from 2016 to 2017. Eighth grade students performing proficient or distinguished in math for years 2015 to 2017. Students performing at the proficient level increased by 1.4% from 2015 to 2016, but then decreased by a total of 13% from 2016 to 2017. This would look like an area of concern until you look at the eighth grade students performing at the distinguished level, which has consistently increased from 2015 to 2017. So the decrease in proficient level could be attributed to the percent of students moved from performing at proficient level to distinguished level. Eighth grade math is an area of strength for BCMS. Eighth grade students scoring proficient or distinguished in science for years 2015 to 2017. As we can see, science is another area of strength that is noticeable through this graph. We see that there is an increasing percent of students performing at the distinguished level for eighth grade science, and that the proficient level is dropping, which could be attributed to these students moving up a level. Eighth grade students scoring proficient and distinguished in social studies for years 2015 through 2017. The eighth grade students scoring proficient in social studies has consistently increased. The students performing at the distinguished level decreased by 1.7% from 2015 to 2016, and then increased again by 4% from 2016 to 2017. (2015-2016) demographic comparison with the Georgia milestones. 8th grade African American students compared to white students in ELA for years 2015 through 2016. African American students' percentages are higher in the categories of beginning and developing compared to white students in ELA and math. When looking at the proficient level for African American students, we do see an increase in ELA and math from 2015 to 2016. Increase in ELA, and there is an increase in math for proficient level. There is no increase at the distinguished level for ELA, but there is an increase in the distinguished level for mathematics. There is an increase in math and ELA for the percent of white students performing at the beginner level from 15 to 16. This would be a trend that we would want to decrease. Students scoring at a proficient or distinguished level in mathematics and English language arts for all grades compared to the state and district. This would be the 2016 data. BCMS scored above Blakely County and Georgia in all subjects for proficient and distinguished learners. Blakely County Middle fell below the percent of beginning and developing learners compared to Blakely County and the state in all areas except for social studies. The 2016 to 2017 BCMS ELA proficient and distinguished percents compared to the state and districts. All grades scored higher than the state and district in the areas of proficient and distinguished levels when analyzing the 2016-2017 Georgia Milestones English Language Arts section. This would be the comparison between the 6th grade, BCMS compared to the state and district, comparison of the 7th graders who performed proficient and distinguished compared to state and district, and the comparison of the 8th graders who scored proficient and distinguished compared to state and district. All grades also scored higher than the state and district in the areas of proficient and distinguished levels when analyzing the 2016-2017 Georgia Milestones Mathematics section. BCMS compared to the state and district for 6th grade, level 3s and level 4s. BCMS 7th grade compared to state and district, level 3s and level 4s, and BCMS 8th grade, level 3 and level 4 compared to state and district. The next steps that we have to take are looking at our strengths and our weaknesses. Some strengths that we observed through analyzing our data is that the students performing at the distinguished level in 8th grade mathematics has consistently increased over the past 3 years. Now the next question is, how can we continue to move 8th grade students into this category? And how might the 8th grade teachers be able to help other grades? Another strength that was noticed was the students performing at the distinguished level in 8th grade science has consistently increased over the past 3 years as well. How can we continue to move those 8th grade students into this category, and how might the 8th grade teachers help the other grades? Some weaknesses would be the number of students with disabilities has slightly increased. How can we ensure that their individual needs are being met? Our next task is closing the achievement gaps in ELA and math, considering that is our SIP goal for this year. How can we use the skills we have developed and apply them to make the ELA and math content accessible to all students? We also noticed that more students are falling into the economically disadvantaged category. How can we as teachers ensure these students maintain a high level of school performance? And last but not least, the percent of students performing at the proficient level in 7th grade mathematics is steadily decreasing. What can we attribute to this trend? And what are some suggestions to do to undo this trend?